Okay, so like Jason said, we met on the airplane sitting next to them by the blessings of Southwest Airlines, which is always good. Basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to do little exercises with you, and they're little like 15-second exercises, and all they require is for you to be noisy and close your eyes. So the first one, we're going to close our eyes and we're going to clap. And just clap like you're applauding, but don't do it with your mouth. This is a little exercise we used to do on this radio show called E-Town we used to announce. And we had to test everybody's clapping levels. I always thought it would be kind of a cool meditation practice. So, closing your eyes and just clapping until I say stop. 1, 2, 3, go. Okay, that's good. You can open your eyes. So the title of the talk is Modern Buddhism and Music Festivals. Like Jason said, I produce a number of music festivals across the country at various different levels, from as small as like 3,000 or 4,000 and as big as 100,000 or whatever. And the other side of the coin, which we didn't talk about on the plane, but is the other kind of half of my life, is that I spent actually 3 years at a Buddhist meditation center. Went to seminary, learned how to be a teacher of meditation, yada yada yada. When I left the meditation center, a friend of mine that I'd been doing seminary with invited me down to Tennessee to work with her at a show called Bonnaroo, which was kind of like Wet Dream. So I was like, of course. So I go down there, work my ass off, and then over the next 10 years, that's about all that I've done. Well, that's not true. I've done a shit ton of stuff, but that's one thing I've done and seem to keep doing consistently. So let's do this again. Close your eyes. And this time, what you're going to do is you're going to take that aspect of yourself, which is attention, which is awareness, which is consciousness, right? But don't get too heavy about it. Just that part of you that's hearing me talk right now, place that part on the sound of the clapping as you clap until I say stop. Go. All right. So what's the thesis of the talk? What do Buddhism and music festivals have to do with each other? Here is the basic thesis. They are both the craft of directing awareness, right? So in Buddhist meditation, one sits there all serious and shit and directs their attention onto the feeling of the breath or some object. And through developing familiarity, which we've heard about, with that object, one comes to experience what's called peaceful abiding. Scientifically, you can kind of track it because your cortisol levels decrease, prefrontal cortex, whatever the hell that's called, gets all activated. So that means stress levels decrease, right? So literally you experience peace by having familiarity with an object for ongoing duration. Let's try this again. Place your attention on the awareness of the sound, or be aware of the sound. And if you notice your mind wander, because we're going to do it for a little bit more time, if you notice your mind wander, start thinking about other stuff, just simply bring your attention back to the sound. Should be easy because it's loud, right? So just rest with the sound, start thinking, mind comes back. 1, 2, 3, go. Start wandering. Bring your attention back to the sound. All right. Great job. Unless you didn't do a good job. So from that place of peaceful abiding, by staying with an object for an extended duration of time, because one is calm, there's this natural next thing that happens, which is that one has a kind of empathy for those that might not be peacefully abiding, right? You're feeling all chill, whatever. Somebody comes up and is freaking out on you. Now you can decide to get into their story, or you can have a sense of compassion for them because they're spinning out, right? And you're like, I'm pretty chill. There's nothing wrong with the present moment, right? And we know that by becoming familiar with something that is existing in the present moment rather than the story of our thoughts, right? So what exists in the present moment? We have our five senses, we have thoughts, which are very elusive, but they do occur in the now, and we also have consciousness or awareness, right? And that's this aspect that we are training by coming back to the object. So that natural compassion happens right here in this area, heart, which for me right now is thumping like a motherfucker. So this time, close your eyes, clappy clappy, and attention with the sound, and feel this area right here, like literally the tactile sensation of this little organ that's underneath all this shit, right? Feel that while you clap. That's where your attention is. Two objects. Clappy clappy, heart. Clappy clappy, heart. 1, 2, 3, go. You know what's interesting? I was thinking about the comment on familiarity earlier. In Tibetan, the word gom, which means meditation, is actually literally translated as familiarity. So you become familiar. Meditation is familiarity. It's familiarity with something that exists in the present moment. Now, in the context of music festivals, we are directing people's awareness around a large territory. And we're directing the awareness of the masses, right? So you can think of the masses like an individual. It takes quite a bit for us to orient ourselves and direct our attention to an object. It takes quite a bit to direct, 30, 40,000 people's direct attention toward a stage or toward some giant snail that's playing dubstep out of its belly or something. Which is like common, which is weird. So there's this interesting thing that is actually similar between the two in terms of their effect. By directing the attention of the masses towards an object and holding it there, given it's a semi-virtuous object, something that's inspiring, something that brings about joy, right? And as you sit there, or stand there rather, as is usually the case, around all these people, you have this like moment of appreciation for that moment of sensory experience, which is without a problem, right? It's this no problem experience. It's very similar to the experience in meditation, present moment, right? No problem. In a music festival, which is different than just listening to something on your headphones, there's camaraderie. There's this kind of natural connection that happens in the heart when you experience and appreciate this moment. So this next time, what we're going to do is we are going to clappy clappy, heart heart, and recognize the fact that each of these claps is a passing moment, right? You're never going to experience it again, right? Every sensation that you feel, the way your heart feels, the sound of the clapping, you will never experience again. It is the one and only chance that you have to experience that moment. So rest in it, experience it, bask in it. Heart, clappy, clappy, appreciation. Heart, clappy, clappy, appreciation. All right? 1, 2, 3. And as you notice your mind stray, just bring it back to that. Okie dokie. Hey, look, 10 seconds to go. See y'all later. Thanks.